What if the life we know isn't the only way the life can exist? Yes, that is what the xenobiology is. Now here the scientists have been trying to study the new forms of life, creating different types of synthetic organism, metabolisms. Now this will be helping us to understand the futuristic and the other alien bodies studies that have been present. Hello everyone, this is Pratyusha. Welcome to Law Excellence. In this session, we're going to discuss detailedly about what is this xenobiology, what are the different mechanisms or the experiments, research that have been going on, how well it has been linked with different sciences, what is the take in India and the global sector. Now when we see, firstly, what is this xenobiology that is being present? The first, when we see the xenobiology is a branch of synthetic biology that takes upon the life from fundamentally different from the natural earth. Now, not just the way that have been present, the life that has been present with the phyla that we have been divided, beyond it the study has been going on. The main focus is basically on the artificial or synthetic organism, alternative biochemistries and also novel genetical systems. Now, this is the main focus of the xenobiology scientist. What is the purpose? Now, what is the importance of this xenobiology? First, it is to understand the life beyond the earth. The life beyond the earth may not be dependent on water, may not be dependent on the oxygen, may not contain the biological components or the DNA structure that we have been having. This is where the xenobiology is been studying about, and large amount of biological possibilities that have been present. And also explore new biotechnologies that have been there, synthetically, mechanically, the metabolisms that have been there. Now that we are trying to enhance in our knowledge. Now when we see what is the major differences that is being present regarding the biology that we have been known and the xenobiology that is being present. Now firstly, when we see what are the organisms that have been studied. Now in normal biology, we will be studying the natural forms. Now in the natural forms, we might find the microorganisms that have been there, or else plants present, or else the animal kingdom that has been there. Now these is where we have been studying. But when we see the xenobiology, this is an artificial organisms that have been there, hypothetical organisms that may be present outside the world of the earth. Then what is the genetical material? Now generally in our biology, the DNA is generally made up of four materials, nucleotides that have been there, the A, T, U and C that has been present. Then we have, or here in the xenobiology, we might expand this thing. Already the scientists have added two more nucleotides, that is X and Y that has been there. They're trying to create new synthetic organisms through this expanded DNA structures. Then what is a biochemistry? Now in the biology, we find a major solvent here is the water. But here in the xenobiology, the solvents are being, alternate solvents have been structured, where we have been using different pathways to understand. And what is the main objective of this biology, ordinary biology, is that to understand the life that has been existing on the earth. But whereas the xenobiology, its main objective is to explore the life beyond the earth. Now this is where one difference we can see. Now let's see what are the different research areas and the experiments that are being present or going on regarding the xenobiology. First one is an expanding genetical alphabets. Now as I told just now, the DNA is not just about A, T, C, G or U that is being present. Now this is it's been expanded. Second, artificial synthesis of artificial cells. Now artificially we are trying to increase the replication, minimal synthetic cell capable of replication. We are trying to synthetically, artificially create these mechanisms. Then we are trying to explore alternative solvents of life. As I told, water is not just the solvent that is being majorly constituted. We have many different solvents that are being present. For example, we have ammonia or formaldehyde or hydrocarbons that have been there. These may be the solvents of the external organisms. Here we have synthetic metabolism, where this is an novel biochemical pathway where we are trying to conversion, we have been trying regarding energy and the matter. Then we have bioorthogonal systems, where biological systems that do not interact with the organisms, the original organisms. Now even in this sector we have the xenobiology is been working. Now we will see what are the different applications of the xenobiology is being present. First one, we have it in the medicinal and the pharmaceuticals. We have trying to create the novel protein, novel drugs that have been there. We have many number of cancers that have been created where the original medicine is not been available. But synthetically, we are trying to produce these medicines with the extra DNAs, the xenobiology technology that have been there. Then we have environmental applications. We can use it, the xenobiology, for the bioremediation, biosensors for the pollutants. Then industrial biotechnology, where we are trying to create the biofuel. We already know the generation 1, 1G, 2G, 3G, 4G is where this has been coming up. The chemicals, we can produce plastics through synthetic metabolic pathways where the disintegration can be increased. Then we have astrobiology and the space exploration modeling. We're trying to know about the extraterrestrial life in the outer of the Earth planet. Now let's see about what are the ethical and the safety concerns related to the xenobiology. First one is the biosecurity risk. Yes, we are creating new organisms. Yes, we are creating alternative solutions. Now, this might threaten the original native endogenic organisms in the Earth's surface. Now, this is a biosafety risk. We don't know what kind of effect that will be coming up on the Earth organisms, on the biodiversity of the Earth, or else in the humans itself. Now, this is where we have the biosecurity risk is being present. Second one, major one we have is the ethical dilemmas. Now, creating entirely new different species, new different form of life. Again, there is a large amount of issue of defining life, defining right. Now, this kind of ethical dilemma is being created. Then we have dual use concerns. Yes, everything in the earth will be having two sides where we have a positive use and the negative use might be present, where the potential misuse of these organisms, these synthesis, these chemicals can be used in a biowar. Then we have containment and the regulation. Now, whenever a new organism is being created, new solvent is being created, highly capable of pollutant, highly capable of destroying the environment. Now, containment of these products has been very much required. A regulatory framework should be required for these. International guidelines have to be developed. Then we have long-term consequence. Now, whenever a new thing is being developed, new thing is being observed, there's large amount of ecological imbalances can be observed in a long-term run. Now, we don't know what will happen if with this creation of the chemicals or organisms. In relation to the other sciences, how xenobiology is being related to the other sciences. First one we have is the synthetic biology. The basic core of the xenobiology is the synthetic. Artificially we are trying to create. Second one we have is the astrobiology. Now, as we know, there's large amount of missions that have been there. We are trying to find out if the life has been possible in Mars or any external life has been present in Mars, in the Jupiter, in the Saturn. NASA has already been doing. Now, astrobiology, the xenobiology will be helping. Then we have molecular biology and the genetics. We're trying to manipulate the DNA with the biotechnology and the DNA technology. Now, this is where we can use the xenobiology. Then we have biochemistry, creation of alternative metabolic pathways and biomolecules. Then we have the system biology, where we are modeling to try to interaction between the synthetic life forms. Then we have nanobiology, where the xenobiology can also be utilized in the nanobiology. Now, let's see the India's and the global context. Now, how the xenobiology is being included in India, how the xenobiology is being viewed in the global context. The first, many of the countries like USA, Germany, Japan, China, they are already leading in the synthetic nucleotides, artificial cells, the DRAP, NASA, Europe on the bio-orthogonal life. Then in India, when we see, we are still in the early stage of the research of the synthetic biology. We have institutions like CSIR, the IISc, IITs. Now, these are trying to explore the synthetic cells and the microbial engineering technology. And what is the application that we have been using this type of xenobiology is that medicine is a major field which we have been trying to use. Second, we have biofuels and environmental biotech. When we see the policy and regulation, one we have is the Department of Biotechnology guidelines for synthetic biology. Now, this is where we have been trying to include the xenobiology. Now, xenobiology is a futuristic one where India has been trying to increase its capabilities and the research technologies with the help of different institutions and with the help of policy and regulation technology. Now, this topic can be revised for the UPSC 2026. Thank you, everyone.